me, Danielle J. Mitchell, your up and coming queen of real estate. And as you can see on below, of United Real Estate Philadelphia. Thank you for joining me on this wonderful, beautiful day today. I hear a lot of people cutting their lawns. People, there are kids outside, riding their bike. They're still practicing social distancing. They're playing with their brothers, their siblings, and stuff like that. That's, I guess, in their house. But that's a wonderful thing, right? So today, let's get into it. I want to talk about the buying process part two, home buying process part two. Okay. So of course, last week we talked about the home buying process. I wanted to cut it in two parts because, it's a lot. It's a lot of details in regards to the home buying process. So, and even with doing this, there's still more to it, but I wanted to try to at least give you as much as possible, and not take all the time in the world. That makes sense? Of course, just to put in the same shameless plug, if you want to know more about the home buying process, and if you're interested in possibly buying, whether it's now or in the future, you can certainly schedule a virtual consultation with me. Okay. And I believe I have the link in the comments. I think it's bit.ly/DJM consult. So you can certainly schedule that with me. We can do a video conference and we can talk about what your options are. Okay. So now that that's out the way, let's continue. Last I left off was in regards to putting in an offer. Okay. So just a quick review. I talked about, pre-purchase education. So if you do a home buying workshop, doing your research in regards to the home buying process, stuff like that, speaking with me, having a virtual consultation, and talking about it just to get education, just so you know what you're in for, whether you're ready or not, right? So that's the first thing. Checking your credit, making sure it's up to date. Nowadays, a lot of lenders with this climate, with this COVID-19 and this pandemic, they are requiring stricter guidelines. So that's something to keep in mind. Getting pre-approved or pre-qualified for a mortgage. Pre-approved is better. Of course, you can look at my past videos in regards to why pre-approved is better versus pre-qualified. Getting a real estate agent. Now, of course, you can get a real estate agent first because, of course, I'm gonna lead you through this process. Ideally, I'm gonna lead you to getting pre-approved. I'm gonna lead you to point you in the direction of getting your credit together. I'm gonna help you in the process, right, to get you where you need to be. That's that. And then, of course, they're shopping for a home. Okay. And so pretty much we left off at the offer point. So after you shop for your home, you got all these things. You're shopping for a home now, and you want to put in an offer. Okay. I think I talked. I'm not sure if I talked about it, but there's what is called an earnest money deposit. Is 1 to 2% of the purchase price of the home. Okay, 1 to 2% of the purchase price of the home, and so you're going to put that money down. Okay, that's what the cash that you're going to need up front to put in with the offer, the sale of agreement. Okay, your real estate agent is going to give you a whole bunch of paperwork to sign. You're going to be signing a lead disclosure, as a property seller's property disclosure. You're going to be signing oh gosh, it's in front of me, sorry. You're going to be signing the seller's property disclosure. You're going to be signing the sales agreement. That's going to have all the terms on there, what you're looking for, the purchase price, just all the dates that you're going to need to get through the closing process. You're going to have to sign off and complete a buyer's financial information, right? So it's a document that's stating all your assets, that's stating what your bank account is, that's stating your job, stuff like that. and sign off on the buyer's estimated closing cost. So it's pretty much a rough estimate of what you will need at closing, because you will need money at closing, depending on whether you have a seller's assist, depending on whether you have grant money, or you're just using your savings. At the end of the day, you're going to need some money towards closing. Now, there are times I've had a buyer, we're about to close this week, and they are not going to need any cash coming to closing. The wonderful thing about that is that we got some great sellers assist, as well as their grant money and everything like that. They put down a healthy earnest money deposit. So it's projected that, hey, not going to need any money to come to closing, right? Which is a wonderful thing, right? Wonderful thing. One less thing to worry about. So those are the things that you're going to need to sign in order to put the offer in. I have to attach some other documents that go along with submitting that offer, and off we are, right? And usually they have about 24, maybe as long as 48 hours to respond to your offer, okay? Or to respond, whether it's rejected or to counter it, okay? So moving on, you have inspections. So typically you have about 10 days, okay, to get your inspection done. What does that mean, right? Now, inspection usually costs $400, right? 400, maybe 500. This is just for the home inspection. What's included in that is, checking your gas, checking your plumbing, checking your roofing, checking your electrical, checking pretty much everything that pertains to the house. Now, it is additional cost to get radon inspected, termite inspected, sewage inspected. Those are additional costs. So a regular home inspection is going to run you, again, around that $400, maybe $500 range, depending on where you go. And then the other inspections, the specialized inspections are going to have additional costs, not at the same amount. Typically, radon might be $75, might be another $100 or anything like that, right? So that's inspections. And then you have, of course, if you're doing FHA, you have an appraisal come out, which the mortgage company typically handles that. And they come out just to make sure that the offer that you put in for is actually, the house is actually worth that offer price, right? That's only with FHA. Conventional loans does not have that. I believe VA loans may have that too. Typically, the government funded loans have appraisals that need to get done. Okay, so everything's good. Inspection's good. What you're going to do after your inspections, you're going to send back the pretty much your request, your reply to the inspection, right? So what that means is, hey, during an inspection, I saw a crack somewhere, on the steps. That needs to be patched up, right? So these are what I want done in lieu of the inspection. Hey, the roof is about to cave in. We need to get that done, right? So typically the seller will, concede and get the repairs done, or they will give you a credit. Okay, so if they don't want to get it fixed themselves, typically they will give you a credit. If it's an as-is sell, nothing's going to happen. You're just going to get the property as is, and everything like that. So during this process, if everything goes well after inspection, both the seller and buyer are in agreement, full system to closing. You're going to set up your home warranty. You're going to set up your, if you want home warranty, you're going to set up your home insurance. You're going to set up your home security. You're going to start setting up your utility services, right, to get that stuff turned on for the projected close date. And then, of course, you have your closing costs. Okay, you have your closing costs. So what that consists of? It consists of, during this process of closing, you have a conveyancing company. You have a title company. They're getting all the proper documentations. They're pulling all the paperwork, the gas, the water, the deed, the title, everything that has to do, all the documents that have to do with the home, they're pulling it. They're getting your information, your ID, your social security. They pulling all the paperwork, right? So that we can get to closing and have you sign all the paperwork that is involved with getting to close. Okay. So each title company is different, and have different methods, but pretty much you're going to sign a lot of paperwork when it comes to closing day or settlement day. okay, where you sit across from your buyer. And this climate right now, people are doing most of it virtually. If you're doing it in front of somebody, it's in a very, sanitized manner, which is fantastic. And so yeah, and then during that process, your mortgage person, your loan officer is getting everything they need to get to your title company. Everybody is just this harmonious coming together of everybody emailing this and making sure this is done, and everybody has proper paperwork. Your mortgage is being finalized and all that good stuff, right? And then there's the day of settlement again, where you sign on the paper. After all that, you get your keys and you get to move. Okay? You get to move. So that's the process of home buying. I hope I got everything in there. I hope that it's understood. Again, of course, you can reach out to me. You can comment. You can you have all my contact information. It's below there. My information there. And but please, thank you guys so much for hanging around with me to go through this home buying process. Please, if you have any questions, you can certainly reach me on all the social media platforms. You can give me a call, email, whatever suits you best. Thank you for journeying with me on this home buying process, and I hope to talk to you guys next week. And don't forget, there's no place like home. There is no place like home buying. It is Danielle J. Mitchell. You have become a queen of real estate. And you guys stay safe out there during this time. And I'll see you next week for next week's Tuesday Tip and Tip. All right. Thank you.